It was a quiet morning at the International Space Observation Station. The sun had just risen, and the soft hum of computers filled the room. Scientists and engineers were going about their usual work, checking satellites, analyzing data, and monitoring space. But today, something unusual appeared on their radar. Dr. Sarah Malik, the lead scientist, frowned at her screen. "That signal, it doesn't look normal," she said, pointing at the blinking pattern. The signal was steady, repeating, and unlike anything they had seen before. Her assistant, Tariq, leaned closer. "Could it be a glitch?" he asked. "Or some old satellite?" "No," Sarah said, shaking her head. "This is not Earth-made. It's coming from far beyond our solar system. And it is deliberate." The team stared in silence. The signal pulsed in regular patterns, almost as if it was trying to communicate. At first, they thought it might be harmless, maybe an old alien probe floating in space for thousands of years. But something about the structure of the message made Sarah uneasy. Hours passed and the team worked tirelessly to decode it. Symbols, numbers, strange patterns, they tried every method they knew. Then, finally, the message appeared on their screens in simple, clear English. "Human species, submit or face destruction." The words hung in the air like a heavy cloud. Tariq blinked. "Wait, what did it just say?" Sarah's hand trembled as she read it aloud. "Submit or face destruction?" She looked at her team. "This is a warning. A threat. And it's real." Within minutes, the signal reached Earth. Satellites and communication networks broadcasted it worldwide. Governments were immediately alerted. Emergency meetings were called. People all over the world stared at their screens, unsure if it was a hoax or real. Social media exploded. Some posts showed panic. "Aliens are coming. Are we doomed?" Others shouted. But many people reacted with nervous laughter. "Seriously? After all these years, aliens just send a message? Wow," one post read. Another joked, "Well, I guess it's finally time to clean my room before they arrive." At the United Nations headquarters, world leaders held an urgent meeting. Scientists, generals, and politicians argued about what to do. Some thought it could be an old cosmic joke sent thousands of years ago, finally reaching us. Others feared it was a serious threat. 5,000 years, Sarah said during a briefing. This signal could have traveled through space for 5,000 years. And now, after all that time, it has reached us. The question everyone asked was simple but terrifying. Why now? Why target humans after all this time? Meanwhile, the signal kept repeating. Each time it pulsed, it seemed clearer, almost as if the sender wanted to make sure humans understood the threat. Scientists debated its meaning. Was it a test, a warning, or the beginning of an attack? On Earth, ordinary people reacted in many ways. Some panicked, locking themselves inside their homes. Others tried to stay calm, analyzing the situation logically. But one thing became clear. Life on Earth might change forever. News anchors on television urged calm, but fear spread quickly. People called family and friends, checking on each other. Governments prepared emergency plans. Military forces were put on alert. Humanity had never faced anything like this. An advanced alien empire declaring war after thousands of years of silence. Back at the space station, Sarah stared at the glowing words on her screen, "Submit or face destruction." Her mind raced. We can't panic. We have to be smart. We have to understand them before they act. Across the world, in homes, offices, and streets, humans looked up at the stars. People felt small under the vast sky, realizing how tiny and fragile their planet seemed. Yet even in fear, some smiled nervously, finding humor in the absurdity of the situation. Humans are strange, Sarah muttered. She had studied science and logic all her life. Yet now, facing an unknown enemy from a distant galaxy, she realized that the human spirit could not be measured by fear alone. The first warning from the Galactic Empire had arrived. The message was clear, the threat real. Humanity faced a test unlike any before. The signal pulsed in space, a reminder of the vast, mysterious universe and the dangers lurking within it. And somewhere far away the alien empire waited, watching and judging. They had declared war after 5,000 years of silence. The world had received its first warning. Panic, fear, laughter, and determination spread across Earth. Humanity's greatest challenge had begun, not in battle yet, but in understanding the enemy and preparing for what was to come. The question lingered in every mind. Who are these aliens and why now, after 5,000 years? Dr. Sarah Malik took a deep breath and whispered to herself, "We must be ready. Humanity cannot fail." The first chapter of a galactic war had begun. And for the first time, humans truly understood that the universe was not empty. Days had passed since the first warning. Humanity was still trying to comprehend the message: submit or face destruction. Governments were on high alert, scientists worked around the clock, and people all over the world kept looking at the sky with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Then the first signs appeared. From the depths of space, massive shadows moved. At first, telescopes and satellites thought it might be asteroids or comets. But soon it became clear, these were not natural objects. Dr. Sarah Malik stared at the monitors in disbelief. They are ships, she whispered. The shapes were enormous, much larger than anything humans had ever built. Triangular, sleek, and glowing faintly with energy, the alien fleet was unlike any starship humanity had ever imagined. Her assistant, Tariq, tried to calculate the size. These ships, they are kilometers long. They could wipe out entire cities with a single blast. Sarah's hands trembled. They're not here to explore. They are here to intimidate, or worse. Across the globe, news of the alien fleet's appearance spread like wildfire. Screens in homes, offices, and public places displayed the massive ships hanging in Earth's orbit. Panic surged in some people, but a strange reaction appeared in others: laughter. "Look at them," a young man posted online. "They think they can scare us with those shiny toys. Cute." Another added, "Humans, 1, aliens, 0, at least in style points." While some laughed, governments and militaries were far from amused. Military bases around the world went into high alert. Fighter jets scrambled. Naval fleets were mobilized. Satellites and early warning systems worked overtime. Humanity had never faced a threat like this, and every nation knew it. In a secure command center, Colonel Amir Hassan watched the alien fleet with concern. "They are too large. Too powerful. If they attack, they could destroy half of Earth in minutes," he said. "We must prepare for the worst." Dr. Malik pointed at the screens. "Don't underestimate them, Colonel. They are advanced beyond anything we know. But look at their formation, they are rigid. They move in perfect lines, expecting fear from anyone who sees them." "And humans?" Amir asked. "They are unpredictable," Sarah said firmly. "Fear is natural, but humans, we adapt, we resist, and sometimes we even laugh at impossible odds." As the world watched, the alien ships positioned themselves above major cities: New York, London, Tokyo, and Beijing. Powerful beams of light scanned the surface, mapping everything with incredible precision. Buildings, roads, satellites, even humans, they observed it all. From the rooftops of New York, civilians pointed and filmed the massive ships hovering above. Some screamed in fear while others jokingly waved. "Hello, aliens. Don't forget to bring snacks," one shouted into their camera, posting it live online. In London, a group of teenagers built a makeshift telescope to get a closer look. "They look serious," one said. "But why does it feel like they don't understand us yet?" Back in the command center, military analysts tried to predict alien movements. Every calculation showed terrifying possibilities: city destruction, global panic, and even potential human extinction. But Sarah noticed something different. They expect fear. They expect surrender. But humans are unpredictable. Their response could confuse the aliens. And that is our advantage. Even as some humans laughed, others prepared defenses. Underground bunkers, missile systems, energy shields, and advanced drones were deployed. Engineers worked non-stop to analyze alien ships' movements and find weaknesses. Then a surprising thing happened. Some alien ships fired a warning pulse, bright and loud, designed to intimidate humans further. Instead of causing mass panic, people made jokes. Some videos went viral, humans pretending to duck from light beams, others using humor to mock the alien display. Dr. Malik shook her head in disbelief. "They really don't understand us. This laughter, humor, it's confusing for them. But it works for us. Humans don't just survive. They adapt, they resist, and they remain clever even in fear." Colonel Amir added, "We may not have the weapons to match them yet, but humans have something they cannot predict. That unpredictability might just save us." Across Earth, citizens watched the massive alien fleet, feeling fear, awe, and something else: pride. Humanity had faced danger before, but this was unlike anything they had seen. And yet, in the face of overwhelming odds, they were not completely defeated. Somewhere deep in space, the alien leaders studied Earth. They had expected panic, submission, and terror. Instead, they saw humans reacting in strange, unpredictable ways, laughing, resisting, and even mocking. The Galactic Empire realized, slowly, that this enemy was far more complicated than they had imagined. The alien ships hovered, massive and silent, waiting for the next move. Humanity had hours, maybe minutes, to prove they could survive, and maybe even fight back. Dr. Malik stared at the glowing screens, taking a deep breath. "They have come to intimidate us," she said softly. "But humans might just turn this fear into something else entirely." The first warning had turned into a test, and humanity was ready to show the universe exactly what it meant to be unpredictable, clever, and alive. The stage was set. The alien fleet loomed above Earth, powerful, precise, and terrifying. But humans were ready, not just to survive but to respond in ways the galaxy would never expect. And somewhere across the stars, the alien empire began to realize one chilling truth: underestimating humans was the galaxy's gravest mistake. The alien fleet hovered above Earth like a dark cloud, enormous and silent. Their ships gleamed with strange energy, and their movements were precise, almost mechanical. The humans watching from below could see the power in every beam, every formation. It was an image of domination designed to intimidate. Inside the largest alien ship, Commander Vrax studied the planet below. "They are small," he said, his voice cold and sharp. "They should be terrified. Their cities, their weapons, insignificant. They should submit." But on Earth, reactions were not as the aliens expected. Across cities, people looked up at the sky, and many did not scream or hide, they laughed. "Wow, they really think that looks scary," one teenager said, pointing at a holographic display of the fleet. "Cool but kind of funny." A video went viral. A group of humans on a rooftop pretended to salute the massive ships while holding garden hoses and umbrellas, joking that this was their official defense squad. Laughter spread across social media, and for the first time, the aliens witnessed something they had never seen before: humans mocking them openly. At the United Nations, leaders tried to stay calm. Military advisors discussed strategies while scientists examined alien formations. Dr. Sarah Malik, leading the research, shook her head. "They think fear is universal," she said. "But humans, we don't always react like that. We laugh, we adapt, we resist. That is our strength." Colonel Amir Hassan, observing the fleet from the control room, nodded. "They expect panic. They expect terror. But humans, well, we are unpredictable. That unpredictability could be our greatest weapon." The aliens decided to demonstrate their power. Massive beams of energy streaked from their ships, lighting up the night sky. They fired harmless warning shots at the oceans, creating enormous waves and massive explosions. The intention was clear: intimidation. Yet, humans reacted in ways the aliens could not understand. People posted videos joking about alien water parks, and memes comparing the massive ships to floating tin cans. Even news anchors couldn't resist a little humor, saying, "Well, it looks like Earth's new visitors have a flair for dramatic lighting." Inside the alien command ship, Vrax growled in frustration. "Why do they not fear us? Why do they laugh?" he demanded. His officers, equally confused, could not answer. Their advanced AI could calculate trajectories, weapon power, and possible human casualties, but it could not comprehend humor. On the ground, humans continued to organize. Engineers worked on defense systems, scientists monitored alien communications, and military forces prepared for action. Even in fear, humanity displayed its creativity. Makeshift decoys, holographic illusions, and simple distractions were ready to test the aliens' rigid formations. Dr. Malik smiled at a small screen. "They expect submission. But humans are clever. Even in terror, we find ways to resist, to confuse, to survive. That confusion, it is already working against them." Across the globe, ordinary people contributed in small ways. Children made sketches predicting alien movements. Gamers simulated strategies in virtual reality, hoping to discover patterns. Hackers tried to intercept alien communications. Every laugh, every joke, every clever idea added to humanity's unexpected defense. Meanwhile, the aliens tried to understand human behavior. Their sensors recorded laughter, videos, and social media posts. They ran simulations, analyzed every possible reaction, but humans did not follow predictable logic. When threatened, humans could panic, fight, or even make jokes. The pattern was inconsistent, chaotic, and completely baffling. Commander Vrax slammed his clawed hand on the console. "This is unacceptable," he roared. "They should fear us. They should submit. We have waited 5,000 years for this, and they mock us." But the humans continued, as if their laughter and courage had become a shield. And in a strange way it was. The alien attempts to intimidate only revealed their assumptions about fear, and humans were not afraid in the way the aliens expected. Colonel Amir spoke to the military network. Observe carefully. Notice how they react. Their unpredictability is our strength. We may not have their power yet, but we have something more difficult to calculate: human ingenuity. Even the scientists laughed at some of the memes and jokes. It was absurd, yes, but it reminded them of the human spirit. A spirit that refused to bow, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The alien fleet, massive and precise, continued to loom. But somewhere in their calculations, in their cold, perfect systems, uncertainty had crept in. Humans were not behaving like victims. They were defiant, clever, and unpredictable. Dr. Malik whispered to herself, "This is it. They think fear rules all intelligent life. But humans, we laugh in the face of power. And that is a power they cannot understand." The alien intimidation had begun, but it was not working as intended. The humans below were scared, yes, but their courage, creativity, and humor made them dangerous in ways the aliens could not predict. The stage was set for something extraordinary. The alien fleet may have been massive, precise, and powerful, but humans had discovered a new weapon: unpredictable courage, cleverness, and laughter in the face of danger. And somewhere, deep in space, Commander Vrax realized a chilling truth. These humans were unlike any enemy they had ever faced. The battle of wits, courage, and strategy was just beginning. And humanity, laughing at the stars, was ready for whatever came next. The alien fleet continued to hover above Earth, massive and intimidating. Their energy beams flashed across the skies, and their ships moved in precise, deadly formations. Yet humans were not frozen by fear. Across the globe, military bases, research centers, and ordinary citizens prepared to respond in ways the aliens could not predict. Dr. Sarah Malik and her team worked around the clock. Satellites scanned the alien ships looking for weak points. Engineers designed small but clever traps. AI drones were programmed to act unpredictably, to confuse the aliens and disrupt their formations. "Every alien ship relies on perfect patterns," Sarah explained to Colonel Amir Hassan. "If we break their patterns even a little, we can force them into mistakes." Colonel Hassan nodded. "Then let's do it. Every city, every base, every team, watch, adapt, and strike where they don't expect." The first human counterattack was small but effective. Using decoys and holographic projections, humans tricked a squadron of alien ships into thinking an attack was coming from one side, while the real fleet approached from another. The aliens fired at empty air, wasting energy and disrupting their formation. From control rooms across the world, humans watched in awe as alien ships collided or narrowly avoided each other. Confusion spread through the alien fleet. Their sensors recorded the unexpected movements, but their rigid algorithms could not adapt quickly enough. In New York, civilians witnessed a strange sight. A group of AI drones flew in perfect imitation of human military ships. They baited alien vessels into traps near the ocean, where energy beams from satellites reflected back, damaging several enemy ships. Explosions lit the night sky and people cheered. "Look at that!" shouted Tariq, Sarah's assistant. "We actually tricked them. They didn't expect that." Even the alien leaders were puzzled. Commander Vrax could not understand how such small, seemingly weak beings were able to disrupt his massive fleet. "They are clever and unpredictable," he muttered. "They do not fear us as expected. This is unacceptable." Meanwhile, humans continued to act with creativity. Hackers intercepted alien communications, sending false signals to confuse them further. Civilians created distractions, drone swarms, holographic illusions, and even simple fireworks designed to mimic attacks. Every trick, every joke, every clever maneuver added to the chaos for the aliens. In London, a group of teenagers launched their own makeshift drone squadron, testing patterns and movements. Though small, their drones forced an alien ship to change course unexpectedly, causing a minor collision with another vessel. People cheered as videos of the incident went viral online. Dr. Malik smiled at the screens. "They rely on fear and predictability. But humans, we are neither predictable nor easily scared. That is our advantage. That is why we are winning even without massive weapons." Colonel Hassan added, "Our strength is in our minds, our courage, and our creativity. They may have technology, size, and power, but we have ingenuity, and that counts for more than they think." Across Earth, the small victories inspired hope. People who had been hiding in fear now looked to the skies with determination. Citizens worked together, using clever ideas to support the defense effort. They built decoys, monitored alien movements, and shared strategies online. Everyone had a role, from children drawing plans on paper to engineers programming drones. The alien fleet, massive and precise, was struggling to adapt. Every unexpected human tactic forced them to pause, recalculate, and hesitate. Their energy beams misfired, their formations broke, and confusion spread among their ranks. Commander Vrax could not maintain order, and some officers even suggested retreat. On the ground, humans celebrated quietly at first, then more openly. A small victory, a clever trick, or a humorous stunt became a symbol of defiance. Even laughter became a weapon, confusing and irritating the alien invaders. Sarah looked at the screens with pride. "We're proving something important," she said. "Humans do not just survive threats, they adapt and overcome. Every clever idea, every small victory shows that the universe cannot predict us, control us, or intimidate us." Colonel Hassan nodded. "Yes, we are unpredictable. And that makes us dangerous, not just to the aliens but to anyone who underestimates us." The alien fleet remained above, still powerful, still massive, but humans had started to fight back. They had turned fear into strategy, intimidation into opportunity, and humor into a weapon. The stage was set for a larger battle. The aliens were powerful, but humans had discovered something they could not predict. Creativity, courage, and unpredictability were now part of Earth's defense. And somewhere in the cold depths of space, Commander Vrax realized a chilling truth. Humans were not just survivors. They were clever, unpredictable, and capable of turning even the greatest threats into opportunities. The first counter-moves had succeeded. The aliens were confused. The humans were encouraged. And the war for Earth was only beginning, but humanity had already shown that they were not powerless. The alien fleet remained above Earth, immense and seemingly unstoppable. Massive ships glimmered with strange energy ready to strike. Humanity had survived the first encounters, but now the real test had begun. Dr. Sarah Malik watched the alien movements on her screen. "They are preparing for a major attack," she said, pointing at the largest vessels. "This could destroy entire cities if they fire." Colonel Amir Hassan stood beside her, tense but focused. "Then we make them fail. Every attack, every move, we respond in ways they cannot predict." Humanity's plan was simple in theory, brilliant in execution. Using decoys, holograms, and clever AI drones, they baited the alien fleet into traps. Ships that were supposed to intimidate instead found themselves in confusion, colliding with one another or misfiring weapons. From underground bunkers, engineers monitored the results. "They fell for it again," Tarek exclaimed, pointing at the screens. "They expected fear. Instead we tricked them." Across the world, civilians joined in small but meaningful ways. Children built drone models, hackers sent false signals, and gamers simulated attack patterns that were actually used in real operations. Every clever act, every joke, every creative idea became part of the defense. In Tokyo, a small team of engineers launched drones that reflected alien energy beams back toward the attackers. One massive alien ship exploded in a bright flash of light, its pieces scattering in space. People cheered across Earth as live feeds broadcasted the destruction. Even Commander Vrax, deep in his flagship, could not comprehend the human response. "They're clever and unpredictable," he muttered. His officers argued, some insisting on retreat, others demanding total destruction. Their once unified fleet was beginning to fracture. Humans did not just react, they innovated. Using makeshift satellites, they created illusions of entire fleets where none existed. Alien sensors were overwhelmed, firing at empty space. Energy beams misfired. Collisions and chaos rippled through the alien formations. On New York's rooftops, citizens watched the flashes of explosions and beams of light in awe. Fear remained, yes, but it was mixed with excitement. Humans realized that they could fight back, not just with weapons but with cleverness, adaptability, and courage. Dr. Malik smiled faintly. "This is what I was hoping for. They rely on intimidation and predictability. But humans, we are neither. And that is why we are winning." Colonel Amir nodded. "They may have size, power, and advanced technology, but we have ingenuity. And ingenuity is unpredictable. And unpredictable things are dangerous for those who cannot adapt." Even the aliens began to notice the effect of human humor. Videos of people mocking alien ships went viral, confusing the invaders further. They could not calculate laughter, courage, or creativity. Their AI struggled to interpret these human reactions. The tide was turning. The alien fleet, once perfect and precise, was now riddled with mistakes. Small ships collided. Formation errors spread. Confusion reigned among their ranks. Commander Vrax realized something terrifying. Humanity was not just surviving, they were outsmarting him. On the ground, humans cheered quietly at first, then loudly. Engineers high-fived in control rooms. Civilians clapped as drones returned safely. Even small victories, like a clever illusion or a minor collision, became symbols of defiance and hope. "This is our first real victory," Sarah said softly. "Not because we destroyed their ships alone, but because we forced them to miscalculate. We have shown them that humans cannot be intimidated, controlled, or predicted." Colonel Amir added, "And that is the most important lesson we can teach them. Fear does not rule us. Cleverness, courage, and creativity do." Across Earth, citizens realized that even ordinary people could make a difference. Small acts of bravery, ingenuity, and humor had changed the course of the battle. Humans had turned the alien strength into their weakness, and the impossible was now possible. Meanwhile, in the alien flagship, Vrax's voice echoed in frustration. "How can such small beings destroy our plans with tricks and humor? We are an empire. We are powerful. And yet, they win because they are unpredictable." The alien fleet remained above Earth, but the confidence that had dominated them for millennia was fading. Humanity had proven a critical truth. Intelligence, adaptability, and courage could defeat sheer power. The first major victory was not just a tactical success, it was a psychological blow to the alien invaders. Humans had demonstrated their greatest strength, their unpredictability, creativity, and refusal to be intimidated. As night fell on Earth, Dr. Malik looked at the stars. "We have survived the impossible," she whispered. "And we have shown the universe what it means to be human." Colonel Amir Hassan added, "This is only the beginning. The aliens are powerful, yes. But humans, we are clever. And cleverness will carry us through." The first unexpected victory was complete. Humanity had shown that size, technology, and fear alone could not defeat them. Creativity, courage, and unpredictability were stronger than any weapon. And somewhere far above Earth, Commander Vrax realized the truth too late. Humans were not just survivors. They were clever, brave, and dangerous in ways the galaxy could not predict. The alien fleet hung over Earth, but something was different now. Once, they had moved with precision, each ship in perfect formation. Now, confusion spread among their ranks. The humans' clever tactics, unpredictable maneuvers, and even humor had begun to unravel the Empire's confidence. Commander Vrax slammed his clawed hand against the control console. "Why are they still resisting?" he growled. His officers looked worried. Their plans, refined over thousands of years, had failed repeatedly against these humans. Every attack had been met with clever countermeasures. Every attempt to intimidate had been met with laughter. In Earth's control rooms, Dr. Sarah Malik monitored the alien movements. "Look at them," she said. "They are slowing down. Their formations are breaking. The humans are forcing mistakes without firing a single major weapon." Colonel Amir Hassan nodded. "They don't understand us. That's the key. Humans are unpredictable. We adapt, we improvise, we resist in ways they cannot calculate. And that is why they are confused." Across the globe, human operations continued. Engineers launched drones that created holographic fleets, hackers sent false signals to mislead alien sensors, and civilians helped track alien movements. Each small act added to the confusion in the alien fleet. Even ordinary humor became a weapon. Videos of humans mocking alien ships spread worldwide. Memes and jokes about alien patterns, energy beams, and strange ship designs went viral. The aliens' AI struggled to interpret these behaviors. Their calculations could not account for laughter, creativity, or courage. Commander Vrax glared at the screens. "They are defiant," he whispered. "And they are clever. We expected fear, submission, but instead, they mock us." His officers argued, some suggesting retreat, others demanding full attack. For the first time in 5,000 years, the Galactic Empire faced internal doubt. Dr. Malik smiled faintly. "This is exactly what we need," she said to her team. "They cannot predict us. They cannot intimidate us. And that confusion, it is our greatest weapon now." Military analysts confirmed it. Even the most advanced alien ships could not coordinate properly. Some fired at empty space, some collided with each other, and others hesitated to follow orders. The humans had turned fear into a tool, psychological warfare without firing a major weapon. Colonel Amir spoke to his commanders over secure channels. "Remember this. Intelligence, creativity, and courage can be stronger than size and power. They have the technology, but we have the spirit. And their confusion shows it." Meanwhile, across cities, humans continued to respond in unexpected ways. In Tokyo, Drones projected holographic shields that made alien attacks appear ineffective. In New York, civilians built decoys to trick enemy sensors. Across Europe, engineers manipulated energy reflections to mislead alien targeting systems. Every small act, every clever trick widened the cracks in the alien strategy. Even inside the alien fleet, some officers whispered about retreat. "We underestimated them," said one. "They are unpredictable. Every move they make is a surprise." Commander Vrax shook his head. "Impossible," he said. "We are the Galactic Empire. No species should defy us." And yet, the humans' laughter and ingenuity had become a symbol of resistance. Videos circulated globally showing civilians waving, joking, or performing absurd stunts in view of the alien ships. While terrifying, these actions made the humans appear fearless, or even reckless. For the aliens, this unpredictability was unnerving. Dr. Malik turned to her assistant, Tariq. "They are confused. They cannot understand us. And that gives us time. Time to strengthen our defenses, time to prepare for the next step. Time to survive and win." Colonel Amir nodded. "The more they miscalculate, the stronger we become. Humans do not panic. We act. We adapt. And that makes us dangerous in ways even the galaxy cannot predict." Commander Vrax, watching the chaos unfold on his holographic display, realized the grim truth. This species, small, fragile, and unpredictable, was capable of things he could not comprehend. Every tactic, every clever trick, every laugh from Earth forced the Empire to reconsider its plans. Across the planet, humans watched the alien ships hesitate. The massive fleet, once a symbol of unstoppable power, now seemed vulnerable. Engineers, scientists, and ordinary people felt hope for the first time. The aliens' confusion had become humanity's advantage. Dr. Malik whispered as she observed the fleet, "They cannot intimidate us because we are unpredictable. They cannot predict us because we adapt. And that is why humans will survive." Colonel Amir added, "Let this be a lesson. Fear is not always stronger than courage. Technology is not always stronger than creativity. And even the mightiest empire can falter against unpredictability and spirit." The alien fleet lingered, massive and dangerous, but its confidence was gone. They had underestimated humans, and that mistake had sown doubt in their command. Humanity had proven that size, firepower, and history were not enough to guarantee victory. The stage was set for the final confrontation. Aliens were confused, divided, and unsure. Humans were clever, united, and full of spirit. The war for Earth was far from over, but one truth was clear: the galaxy had never seen a species like humanity. And somewhere in the dark expanse of space, Commander Vrax realized with growing fear that underestimating humans might be the Empire's gravest mistake in 5,000 years. The alien fleet hovered above Earth, still massive, still powerful, but something had changed. The humans' cleverness, courage, and unpredictable tactics had shaken the invaders. Their attempts at intimidation had failed. Their once perfect formations were now disorganized, their energy beams misfired, and confusion reigned among their ranks. Commander Vrax stared at the displays aboard his flagship, disbelief etched into his alien features. How can these small, fragile beings survive our power? They are clever, defiant, and fearless, he muttered. His officers remained silent, unable to answer. The Galactic Empire had not expected such resistance. On Earth, Dr. Sarah Malik and Colonel Amir Hassan watched the alien fleet's hesitation. "They are unsure," Sarah said. "Our unpredictability has made them second-guess their own plans. They cannot predict what humans will do next." Colonel Amir nodded. "And that is our advantage. The galaxy has underestimated humans for centuries. They forget one simple truth: humans adapt, improvise, and refuse to submit." Across cities worldwide, civilians continued to observe the massive ships. Some cheered, some recorded videos, and others quietly continued their clever acts of resistance. From drones mimicking human fleets to holographic illusions, humans demonstrated ingenuity that no alien weapon could fully anticipate. The aliens fired another set of warning beams, but even this failed to intimidate. Instead, humans used reflections, diversions, and clever tricks to make the attack appear harmless. One by one, the aliens realized that Earth was not an easy target. Fear had no grip here. Only courage, creativity, and determination reigned. Commander Vrax finally called a council of his top officers. "We cannot break them," he admitted reluctantly. "Our attacks are wasted. Their resistance, it is unpredictable. We must reconsider our approach." On Earth, Sarah and Amir watched the alien fleet slowly change course. For the first time, the invaders were retreating, carefully but undeniably. Humanity had not destroyed them outright. They had not fired the most powerful weapons. Yet the human spirit, intelligence, and clever tactics had forced the alien empire to withdraw. Across the globe, people celebrated quietly at first, then more openly. News reports announced the aliens' retreat, and social media exploded with joy, humor, and pride. Humans had survived the impossible not through sheer power but through ingenuity, unity, and courage. In New York, children waved at the sky, pretending to salute the departing ships. In Tokyo, engineers laughed as they dismantled clever holographic decoys that had tricked the aliens. In London, scientists documented every tactic and trick that had contributed to humanity's triumph. Every act, no matter how small, had mattered. Dr. Malik looked at Colonel Amir and smiled. "We did it," she said softly. "Not because of our weapons but because of our minds. Humans are clever, unpredictable, and resilient. That is why we survived, and that is why we triumphed." Colonel Amir nodded. "The galaxy may have power, size, and technology. But humans have creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt. Those are powers the aliens cannot understand, and that made the difference." Even Commander Vrax, far away in his retreating fleet, realized a hard truth. "We underestimated them," he admitted. "Small, fragile, and unpredictable, they are stronger than we imagined. Their spirit cannot be conquered." Across Earth, people celebrated their survival. The alien fleet continued to retreat, disappearing into the depths of space. Humanity had faced a threat unlike any before and had emerged victorious. Not through fear or submission but through cleverness, unity, and courage. Dr. Malik turned to her team and whispered, "Let this be a lesson. Fear is not always stronger than ingenuity. Size and power do not always determine victory. And even in the face of the impossible, humans can triumph." Colonel Amir addressed the world through a broadcast. "Today we have shown the universe that humanity is strong, not because of our weapons but because of our mind, our spirit, and our courage. We are clever, unpredictable, and unstoppable when united. This victory belongs to every human on Earth." As night fell, people across the planet looked up at the stars, no longer with fear but with pride. The alien fleet was gone, but humanity's courage, unity, and cleverness remained. The first interstellar test had been passed. The humans had proven their worth. Dr. Malik whispered as she looked to the sky, "The galaxy now knows what humans are capable of. We survived, we fought back, and we won, not because we were the strongest but because we were clever, courageous, and unpredictable. That is humanity's greatest weapon." Colonel Amir added, "And this is only the beginning. The universe is vast, full of threats and challenges. But humans will rise to meet them. We are resilient, we are clever, and we are ready." The alien fleet disappeared into the distance, defeated not by force alone, but by the human spirit. Courage, ingenuity, and humor had turned fear into strength, intimidation into opportunity, and an impossible enemy into a lesson in respect. The stars shone above Earth, silent witnesses to humanity's triumph. Humans had survived the unimaginable and had shown the universe exactly what it meant to be human. Clever, brave, and unstoppable. And somewhere in the galaxy, the alien empire reconsidered its place in the cosmos. Humanity had won not just a battle but the right to be taken seriously. A species that could not be intimidated, could not be predicted, and could not be ignored. Earth had survived. Humanity had triumphed. And the galaxy would never underestimate them again.